basically healing is just a revealing of the truth. So I think each and every one of us has the ability and the capacity to reveal truth. And the thing about truth is that truth is different for everybody. Like your truth can be one thing and my truth can be different.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also, of course, have the oneness that is truth, the spirit's truth, which is universal and it's unchangeable as well.
Welcome back to Balance Boldly, the podcast for ambitious women in business and a few brave men. I'm Naketa Thigpen, your host and balance and relationship advisor, partnering with you to change the narrative so we can amplify the intimacy within your relationships and you can have the freedom, flexibility, and confidence to thrive in work, life, and love. We are in part 2, people, of season 15. If you have been following, you know we just came out of September with all of our selfish solos and all those beautiful rants that I love to do when it's just me and you. But my favorite space is to be in the place with these amazing, intuitive, empathic, fruitful beings that I call my featured experts. And today I have someone incredible that I am looking forward to introducing to the world via Balance Boldly because she is powerful. I hope you feel the power as I'm leading into the space with her. Veronica Parker, she is a wellness and mindset coach, access bars facilitator, certified Kundalini yoga and meditation teacher, and so much more. I have to say that I love her podcast hosting skills too, y'all, because she has a phenomenal 5-star iTunes rated podcast called Live Your Happy Now that I had the pleasure of being interviewed on recently, and hopefully it'll come out before the end of this year. And it was amazing and fun, and we could barely stop talking. We were going in so deep. It was hilarious. Veronica has been featured in Forbes, Shape, Elite Daily, Pop Sugar, Bustle, Prevention, I Am and Company, and Thrive Global, to say the least. She brings such power and ease and flow to every space she walks in. And I'm so grateful for our mutual connection that said, you know what? You two need to meet. I don't know what it is that you're going to do out in the world together as power partners, but you need to show up and show out in the same space. And ever since we connected just a few moons ago, we have not let go of each other. Veronica, welcome to Balance Boldly.
Thank you so much for having me here today. I am so happy and excited to be sharing this sacred space with you.
Oh, thank you. You know, I'm so grateful for you. You guys don't know, but Veronica and I were talking for like an hour before it was like, oh, okay, let's tape the podcast. Because we just rolled into juicy conversation because she's just coming from some just amazing work in the world. Veronica, tell everyone just a little bit about what you do and how you show up in the world.
So I do a lot of different things. I wear a lot of different hats. I am a Kundalini yoga and meditation teacher. And I am also an access bars facilitator. I've been, if I'm truly honest and transparent, I am completely addicted to pursuing different trainings in energy healing, consciousness, and spirituality. And I've been doing this for at least 20 years. And so I have a lot of different certifications and things that I do. But what I truly love doing is being who I am and helping other people like you and your listeners just have access to more of themselves and know that they have choice in life and they can choose anything at any time and access more possibilities as well.
I love that. And I love that you admitted that you're attracted to different healing modalities because your purpose is to be a healer, right? Like that's what and you may not identify yourself. That's how like all fairness listeners, that's how I see Veronica is I just see her as a healer. So that might not be the tag that you label yourself as, but I see you as a healer and you're attracting all of these in a very polymath kind of way, like all these different nerd life situations where you're able to dive in to a different modality so that you can grow in your way to be able to get people kind of past their pain. Is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I definitely think being a healer is one of the things that, if you want to say the thing, that I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I think each and every person is actually born with the ability to heal. You
Mm-hmm.
know, one of the definitions that I love, for what is healing, basically healing is just a revealing of the truth. So I think each and every one of us has the ability and the capacity to reveal truth. And the thing about truth is that truth is different for everybody. Like your truth can be one thing and my truth can be different.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also, of course, have the oneness that is truth, the spirit's truth, which is universal and it's unchangeable as well. So each and every one of us has that capacity. It's just that many people, are not even aware that that's a capacity that they have. And so sometimes through going through different trainings and different challenges that perhaps life brings our way, we actually become aware that, oh, wow, I'm actually capable of healing myself, of revealing more truth within me and this situation in my life that is appearing as a challenge.
Yeah. No, it makes perfect sense. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. There's the healer in everyone, just like there's a creator in everyone, and the creative, even if it doesn't look like the traditional, sing, dance, write, perform, everyone has a piece of creativity in them that they can tap into and use in a bigger way. And it's typically hiding underneath of some of the challenges that they've had to deal with and that grief that we bury inside of us, or the loss or the trauma or whatever it is. And I think your healing is in that, your ability to heal is also in that same hidden space where your creativity might be, hiding as well. So no, I totally agree on multiple levels. So I know you talk a lot about accessing consciousness and unblocking energy, very similar to me. And people who don't know just kind of look at us as very woo woo people, which is okay. I love my woo woo. And I'm really curious for those who haven't been in the space where they've understood, like, what does it mean to unblock energy or to access your consciousness in a way that allows you to get free from some of those fears and dissolve the doubt and all the different things that you do. Like, could you talk to everyone a little bit about how you came to being that person that could unblock energy and walk in that spirit and that light?
Absolutely. I love to talk about this. And so, actually, I want to talk a little bit. And then, if you're up for it, I would like to do like a little experiential activity with each and every
Sure.
one of us so you can actually perceive it in a whole different way. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm gonna talk about it first and then I'll guide you through it. So, basically, every one of us absolutely knows that we have a body, right? Like you can feel it, you can sense it, you can touch it, you can pat it. Okay, I have legs, I have feet, I have arms. Okay, so we all know that because we see it, we feel it, we sense it. And what we also are and have is an energy, a space, a vibration, a consciousness that goes beyond the body. It's what I like to call your infinite sparkly being. That is so much more than your body. And so, what I would love to do is just guide you into tapping into this infinite being that you are so that you can perceive in a whole different way what is this energy that you are. And so, when you allow yourself to be this expansive and to become fully connected and at one with this energy, then all those things that I like to call distractor implants, which are your doubts, your worries, your fears, which, by the way, 99.9% of the time, they're not even yours. You just bought them as yours and they're someone else's. And we'll talk more about that later.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you actually, it's like they almost dissolve because they're so tiny in comparison with the magnitude of this infinite being that you are. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. So are you willing to play for a little bit?
Of course I'll play with you. Absolutely. Let's go.
Yay. All right. So for everyone that's listening right now, if you are capable of sitting down and closing your eyes, of course, don't do this with your eyes closed if you're driving or operating any kind of heavy equipment. You do not want to close your eyes. You can still participate with your eyes open. So if you're able to close your eyes, take a deep breath in right now with me. Inhaling deeply through the nose and then exhaling fully. Taking another deep breath in and then fully exhaling. As you take your next breath in, connect with that energy, that space, that consciousness that is your infinite being, that most of the time it remains hiding inside our bodies. And as you inhale, allow this being to expand beyond the boundaries of your body in every direction all at once. So allow this being to expand in front of you, behind you, to the left, to the right, above and below you. And anywhere where you might have built barriers or walls around you, let's just ask them to go down, 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 even if it's just for 10 seconds. You can always choose to put them back up later. But just for now, just for us, just for playing, allow your barriers to come down, allow this being to expand, and let it expand even further. As you inhale, let your being expand, and as you exhale, let your barriers come down. Taking another deep breath in, expanding into whatever space you're in right now. Allow your being to take up more space. And then go even further. Go into the city you live in, the state you live in, your country, your continent. And everywhere where you think this is hard or you don't know what you're doing, let's just destroy and create all that. And let this all come with ease, because your being already knows how to be this, because it already is this. So let it expand even further in all directions until it occupies the entire planet. It is so large, it is so limitless. And then from this space, just go back to, any doubt or worry or fear you might have had prior to going through this expansion, and just notice what it feels like now. Is it the same? Is it better? Is it different? Does it feel lighter? And then slowly begin to bring your being, your awareness, your energy, your consciousness back to here and now. Slowly open up your eyes to be fully awake, alert, conscious, and aware. And how did that feel for you, Naketa?
Oh my God, that was so good. Oh, I feel, for those of you who are listening, I am battling a little bit of a micro flare from my autoimmune, and it's causing all kinds of, cold symptoms and mucusy, junky stuff. So I'm like puffy and all of that. But doing that and just expanding and releasing simultaneously is making me feel like 5 times more energetic than I felt before we started talking this morning.
That's awesome. How does it get any better than this?
Right. It's a lot lighter. And to use your language, it's very glittery and very sparkly and very light.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome. Light. So see, this is the essence of who we are. This is the essence of our being, which essentially it's energy, it's vibration, and it's consciousness. And as we move through life, as we are expanding our businesses or, generating more money or, whatever it is that you're currently playing with or working on, we might encounter obstacles or challenges which might bring up, the doubt, the worry, the fear, and all those distractor implants. And when you get to a space like that, you can just allow your being to expand more and ask yourself, what else is possible with this that I didn't think was possible? and see what shows up for you and how things become a little bit less constricting and limiting.
I love that. I really love that you said what else is possible. That reframing language that is so important for us when we're not feeling as confident or strong or glittery and sparkly, as we would, like to be, or maybe how we just felt an hour before or the week before. And to say what else is possible with this energy, this feeling, this day, this moment, this opportunity that's right in front of us. What else is possible with it really opens you up just mentally on multiple levels. I think that's really extremely powerful. Wow. Veronica, thank you for that. That was really powerful. And I do a lot of expanding and energy work, and I typically connect with the light and expand out through the universe and uncreate, delete, and destroy a lot of things. But I've never done it the way that you just requested, with the inhaling and exhaling as you expand. I've never done it that way. And that was a very powerful shift for me personally. So I hope for the listeners that were able to safely participate, not being on the road or operating heavy equipment at this time or on the treadmill, that you were able to do it. And if you didn't, I encourage you strongly to make a time marker and replay this when you can, as soon as you get to your car even, and just sit down, parked on the road in a safe, well-lit space, and go ahead and close your eyes and do it if you can't wait until you get home. Because that was all of 3 minutes. And that 3 minutes completely changed my vibration and lifted me higher, like that fast.
I love that.
That was powerful. So Veronica, how did you start to dive into this part? Like, what was your healer's journey of, and I'm using that language because that's how I see you, right? But just even the polymath journey of just wanting to learn more, do more, and be more, but not just for yourself, but also connecting to other people. Like how you touch people, you breathe into a space when you walk in it, and you allow things to attract to you. How did you start moving into that space yourself? Was there a transition for you where you felt like, oh, like this, I just need it for me? And then once you got into it, it started to be more natural to just want to give it to other people? Or was it something different for you?
Yeah, I love this question. So when I started with my conscious spiritual journey and consciousness, it was in the late 90s. And it was a time in my life where I was feeling really lost. I didn't have a sense of direction. I had no idea who I was or what I wanted to do with my life at that time. And one of my cousins was in town, and she did a Reiki session for me. And I loved it. I felt so peaceful and relaxed. And I was like, oh my God, I just like, I just became so aware that I desire to pursue this. And so I was like, where can I learn it? Where can I learn it?
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, I went to what the internet was, which would take like 100 hours to download, like just one website.
Right.
And I found the Reiki master in New York City, and I went and I studied with him. And so at that time, I was in sales and marketing. I was working for a pharmaceutical company. And I did not think that this is what I wanted to do in my life and to do it with others. I was being selfish, and I wanted to do it for me because of what my body, my being required at that time. And little did I know that, 10, 15 years later, I would actually be offering my services for others so that they could receive more ease, more joy, and more possibilities in their lives.
I love that. So it was very organic and natural for you to go from seeing what felt good for you, like being what's the old commercial? Do you remember? I'm not just a president, I'm a consumer, something like that. Do you remember that hair commercial? You know what I mean? And you did that. You were a consumer of this experience, of this healing, of this power, of this purpose first, before you started offering it to the world. And I think that that's significant because a lot, people say that that's what they do, but when they really tear down their story, that's not actually what they're doing. Some people lean into things because it's, it's the it thing to do yoga. It's the it thing to, right? Like it's the it thing to do Zumba. but you were leading from a space of your own healing journey and arrived at the opportunity of understanding that you could help even more people if you showed up more powerfully.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And that's really the way I've been my whole life, and the way that I am, as a healer, a coach, a facilitator, is that whatever trainings I've been through, I put them into practice. I play with them in my own life. I utilize the tools, I mean, pretty much like every second of the day, whenever I am feeling that I'm facing a challenge, or whenever obstacles show up, and when I wake up in the morning and I'm just feeling crappy, I actually put the tools into practice. I fully embody that consciousness. So I feel that that is what allows me to be really authentic as to who I am, and what I deliver as I become a contribution for everyone else.
I love everything about this. So you have to tell us, there's only 2 scripted questions at the Balance Bully podcast. You know that. And one is, how do you give yourself permission to pause?
I love that you asked this question. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So there are many different ways that I give myself permission to pause. Like this, I just took a deep breath. And that is one of my favorite ways to pause, to breathe consciously, to remember that I have that choice, because very often we forget it. One of the latest trainings that I received earlier this year, it's called Access Bars, which are 32 points in the head. And when lightly touched, they help you feel super relaxed and really embrace so much more ease and joy. And so I love to receive Access Bars sessions from other practitioners, or do them on myself. That is my most favorite way to pause. And what else? And of course, there's so many things I love, and ways of pausing, and practicing yoga and doing meditation for me are other really fun ways to pause.
No, I love that. You're literally using the tools in your toolbox, whether it's because you're de-stressing or because you're bringing your vibration up. That makes a lot of sense. That's powerful. So how do people connect with you to get more of Veronica Parker?
So people can come over to my website, veronicaparker44.com. You can also find me playing on Facebook, Veronica Parker _44, and same tag for Instagram. I would love to connect with your listeners.
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to give this. I saw this free gift in your bio. Is this for the Balance Bully podcast listeners for the meditation?
Absolutely. Anyone that would like to receive this free meditation, you can come on over to veronicaparker44.com/trust. And it's a free guided meditation that I created specially for you, to help you overcome fear, worry, and doubt, and really step into your own confident, sparkly self.
I love it. And for anyone who's driving right now, and I will make sure that all of this information is in the show notes. So don't fear. You can literally dissolve your fear with Veronica Parker without any kind of hesitation. I have a quick follow-up question, and normally I don't ask any questions after this, but I'm curious because I follow numerology quite a bit. And you said Veronica Parker 44. What's the 44 for?
Oh, another great question that I love. So basically 44, anytime you see a 444 or 444, it signifies that angels are around. And many years ago, I just became completely attracted to angels. This is before I had my first child. I learned everything there was to learn about angels. And then everywhere I went, and still go, all I see are 444, 444. And so I chose to add that to all my links.
No, I love it. Absolutely. And it makes a lot of sense. I was just curious, is this spiritual, or is this a birthday? What, is this your age?
Yes, it's my forever age.
It's your forever age. I love it so much. Veronica, you've been such a pleasure. You're so powerful. I'm sure the listeners have tapped into that already. And I pray that they continue the journey with you as you go along your healer's journey, and just really get access. And I say that with a pun intended, because I know you're an access bars facilitator, but also get access to more of the possibilities with you, because there's quite a few things that I think many other healers, other facilitators, other coaches could also learn from you, because you've been in this space for a really long time and you've dived in quite deeply to serve higher and greater and deeper. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. I am so happy and grateful that you had me as your guest here today, and to have had this possibility of connecting with your listeners. Thank you so much. And thank you for the great work that you do too.
Oh, thank you. I'm just like, I'm sparkly all over. Woo! Oh my goodness, everyone, I thank you so much, and I honor you for also staying with us in this conversation and this exchange. I pray that you received the power of it that I did. It was such a phenomenal experience to be guided by Veronica Parker today as we expanded our energy and released some of the toxic things that just do not belong in the space. I really, truly implore you to go to veronicaparker44.com and follow through with whatever it is that you need to get from her as well, because the possibilities are endless. And I honor you, of course, for always tuning in to the Balance Boldly for Ambitious Women in Business podcast. If you are not already subscribing, make sure you do that. Subscribe, rate, and share, and help us ensure that the other ambitiously bold and brave have access to these valuable life, love, and business balance tools. You know you can connect with me at Ask Naketa on IG, Twitter, and everywhere else that we play in the world. But for now, I just want you to go create your balance, create your joy, and remember to do it boldly.